Alright everyone, it's Sam here. Welcome to the new series that I announced yesterday, F106 Season with Schumacher, Season with Schumi, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, we're going to be starting this new championship there, and of course we're going to be playing as Michael Schumacher in the Ferrari. And we're just going through the settings now. I'm going to put it on hard. I've got enough experience with the game to play it on that. And yeah, we are going to be doing full race distance on this, so we're going to have the fuel use and stuff on realistic. And yeah, I put the weather there to sunny just because the wet weather in this game is kind of broken in some ways. I mean, it's not very good. It kind of spoils race a lot. But we're going to start then. It's the Bahrain Grand Prix to start with. We're going to look at the points then. Not really much to see here, of course. But yeah, just a quick run through of the drivers in this season then. And we're now going to go straight into this then, into Q1. And yeah, it's still pretty much just be a crash course of qualifying really. With the knockout sessions we got through Q1 pretty comfortably in the end, and it was P8 for us with the teams you'd expect to see at the back. Toro Rosso, Midland and Super Aguri if you didn't know. And into Q2 then. It's maybe a little bit more difficult to get through too, of course, with the midfield a bit more competitive. But we come across the line then in Q2, and it is going to be fastest in fact of this session, so that's very good for us, and it might give us a bit of hope going into Q3 of us getting pole position. But you can see that there's a bit of a shocking Q2 because our teammate is out Master, only 12th, along with the two Saubers and the two Williams there. So into Q3 then, and this is where we now choose our race strategy with the fuel, because this is back when you qualified on your race fuel, kind of similar to how you qualify on your race tyres now. But yeah, there's our strategy for the race then. And it will be quite difficult for us to set a quick time in, because of course we have got a bit more fuel on board now. And yeah, we just start a lap and then we're coming to the end of that first lap, and it is fastest for now then. But of course it's going to change as the fuel burns off really. Of course the Q3 was a lot longer back then because of the whole fuel burn thing, which was really complicated, and I'm not even sure if they had it right in this game, which makes it even more complicated. But yeah, we were down to 9th near the end of the session then, so we needed a bit of an improvement. And you can see we did have it a little bit in the first sector. Second sector we were a little bit off, but it should be an improvement for us. It's looking pretty good as we head towards the line. Hopefully we'll be in a decent position. Yeah, we crossed the line and it's second, and that was our best lap of the session, so not bad for us there then. We're looking at the top 10. You can see there, very good performance there from Trulli in the Toyota to get up in 3rd place, and Coulthard there as well in the Red Bull, which was only like the 7th fastest in fact in this game. We're running through the grid then. You can see down there our teammate only 12th. Rosberg, who was a rookie in this, was 13th then. I think the rookies in this were Rosberg, Speed and Ida. I think they were the only new drivers in this. And yeah, Ida managed to out-qualify Sato, how about that? And yeah, we're going to go to the race now then, after that quick rundown of the grid. And here we are then, on the grid in Bahrain. We've got 16 laps of fuel on board. We're just waiting for the lights now. Hopefully we can get a decent start here. And we are away for 2006, and I got a pretty decent start. Trulli was unlucky there. I kind of tucked him behind Alonso to get a little bit of a slipstream towards turn 1. I braked a little bit early though, and Trulli almost had a look running outside of me there, and him and Fisichella are going side by side. But I've managed to maintain 2nd place for now then. I'm behind Alonso, and hopefully I'll be able to make a move on him, although we've got a long race ahead of us, so we do have to just be careful on these opening laps. Of course, if you've played this game you know that the curbs at Bahrain are absolutely treacherous, so you have to really be careful and to not make any mistakes out ruining your race. And we're looking at Alonso then, but yeah, he seems to have the better of us at the minute. We're heading up to turn 9 and 10, which is really different in this than the AI. Take it really slowly, you have to be so careful. And I was going quite cautious around here, just so that it wasn't a bit of overkill or anything. But you can see now that Alonso is pulling away from us quite a bit in fact, and he really did start to build up quite a lead in fact in this. And we're 6 laps in now, and you can see he's got a few seconds gap, but behind us there really was a Trulli train forming for 3rd place, and well, it gave me a really comfortable second place. I mean, this wasn't a particularly interesting part of the race. In fact, we crossed the line to begin the 7th lap. We actually set the fastest lap at that point. I was kind of hoping that Alonso would be lighter than me, just so that I would be able to catch back up to him during the pit stop phase. And we're skipping to lap 11 now then, and coming out the final corner, and you can see up ahead that Alonso is pitting. That's very early, in fact, lap 11, so he was very light, and that's why he was able to pull away from me. But I'm now into the lead. I've got like, I don't know, about 15 seconds over Trulli, thanks to him holding everyone up. So it's looking very good for us, because we've still got like another 5 laps until our stop, and well, we're going to be a lot lighter than Alonso, and you can see on the map that he's rejoining in the middle of the Trulli train, so we've got a really good opportunity here to catch up and possibly pass him during this pit stop phase. And we are pitting now at the end of lap 16 for our first of 3 stops in this. Then it's going to be a fairly short second stint, and I'm, with my 8 years of experience with this game, I'm very good with these pit stops now. We are pretty much know like how to get it right every single time. You can see that the fuel wasn't in for very long, so yeah, it's going to be a very short second stint then. We exit the pits. We may even still be in first place, in fact, as we come out. And we were leading, but then Fisichella shoots past us. He hasn't pitted yet, so we're going to be behind him. He's probably going to pull away from us because, of course, he's going to be fairly light at this stage now then. And yeah, Alonso, in fact, is still down in 5th, and we're comfortably ahead of him then, as he's been stuck behind other cars. But Fisichella didn't actually pit until lap 21. It was really late stop there, which was weird. I mean, that's almost 2-stop territory, and I've got a nice comfortable lead in. And in fact, Alonso now needs a second stop already, so Renault having to do the double shuffle in this, which is really odd. I mean, back in those times you really would never see that unless it was a safety car or something. And yeah, that's given us a massive lead now then, because Alonso's already in for the second time, and we've got a comfortable lead over Fisichella, who was aiming to stop for the first time. So yeah, it's mainly Alonso that we're racing in this, although Fisichella is in second at the minute. And skipping to lap 26 then, where we're going to pit for the second time. Of course, we are going to have another stop after this, but in we come then. And hoping for another good stop. I mean, as I said, I'm pretty good at doing these, so there shouldn't be too much problems here. We may even rejoin still in the lead, in fact, with a nice comfortable advantage. So there in goes the fuel. We were a little bit late on the rear tyres there, but still a good stop, 7.7. So we may still have the lead here as we exit the pits, and honestly it would make the race kind of boring if it was, but there we are then. We're out into the lead then with still half the race to go, more than half in fact. We've got a few seconds over Fisichella, and Alonso is like almost to the length of the whole pit straight behind us. So yeah, it's looking very good for us at the minute, it has to be said. With but Fisichella is going to be lighter on fuel, and he's going to put pressure on us now. And that's exactly what's happening as I run wide there, and those curves are so treacherous, and I straight lined it to avoid spinning, and that's going to put Fisichella right on me because he had close to only a second behind, and he's going to be lining us up now then into the final corner. And honestly, I don't want to get too involved in an incident here. The AI, they really do go for it. They're not afraid to go for the dive bomb, whatever you want to call it, unlike the Codemasters AI. And Fisichella is through them for now, but we're back in the slipstream. We may just have him into turn 1 here. We did have a very good run, but I just wasn't as confident on the brakes of the AI, which you'd never think to say in like the Codemasters era of games. But yeah, we're in second place now then. Fisichella light on fuel, but he does have one more stop to make than us. So it's really, as I said, the other Renault that we're racing in this. And we've got the BMW Sauber here holding both of us up there. I don't want to get too close to him, because if you hit the back of someone, you can so easily lose a wheel in this game. It's the PS2 like version of the F1 Championship Edition, so if you've played that, you'll probably know what I'm on about there. But we're right behind Fisichella now then, and again, just having to be careful into this turn 9 and 10 because of how slow the AI take it. But on the exit, he's just pulling away from us, kind of like Alonso did earlier on in the race. So yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see him pull away a bit. He's got like fuel, but I did actually manage to recapture him a couple of laps later, and up towards turn 4 I do have a very good run on him up to turn 4. I'm at the inside. I lock up quite a bit. Well, I thought he was going to get back underneath me, but he didn't, and I'm into the lead then for now. And it's looking pretty good for me at this stage because, of course, I've got one less stop to make. I'm not sure what I was trying to say there. But yeah, he's still pressuring us then for position. We're going to have to be careful here then. Into turn 9 and 10, taking it fairly cautiously. I mean, because of course that turn 10 curve actually can spin you if you attack it too much. But yeah, Fisichella just gets such a better run out of that corner, and this isn't really a place where you'd consider an overtake, but he's gone for it. And I was tending to go quite wide when I thought they were going for a move, because I know that they're not afraid to hit you out the way, because that literally can happen if you break a bit earlier than them. And he's back into lead for now then. Almost get back past him there, just exiting the corner, but I'm just literally now heading towards the final corner, and I think I'm too far back to make a move into the final corner. We're still behind, well, the thing is the other BMW there that we're behind, and now Fisichella does pit, so that's released us back into lead. We've got a nice 10-15 second gap over Alonso in second place, so it's looking pretty good for us at this stage. We're going to skip now then to lap 36, I think it is. Yeah, I think. And yeah, we're lapping a few guys here. Lap the Red Bull now into turn 10. We've hit Sato, we've got damaged front wing, and that's exactly what I'm talking about with that corner. You really have to be careful. And it was a combination of the Super Aguri slowing to let us through as well. So yeah, that was just always going to happen really, I think. But we are going to have damage. We are going to look at a replay now then as we get past the Red Bull nice and easy. But yeah, we just got caught out by the Super Aguri's braking, and yeah, it's a damaged front wing. And yeah, the front wing really does affect you. But I had a nice comfortable lead, so I decided to stay out until my pit stop to fix it. The thing is, when you damage your front wing, the mechanics there, they don't exactly rush to repair it. As you can see here, they're certainly taking their time with it. And we're finally getting the rest of our stop done now. We've already got in all the fuel we need to the end of the race. And just look how long it's taken. And we're finally away, and it's nearly a 15-second stop, so that's really not good for us. We're probably going to lose out to Fisichella, but of course he does have another stop to make, so it's not looking too bad for us. We've still got a decent lead there, as you can see, over Alonso on the mini-map. And yeah, we're in second place for now then, but I think we're going to skip here a little bit. A couple of laps later, we're actually caught up to Fisichella because he had some traffic, and you can see there's a Williams there that we're going to lap. I got so much of a better run there once again out of that corner, down the back straight. I'm in the slipstream. I don't believe it. He's brake checked me there, and I've lost my wheel. That's exactly what I was talking about before. You can just lose your wheel so easily, and that's race over for us. And would you believe it? We're going to look at a replay of how that happened. You can see there, I wasn't actually that close to him, and then I got so much of a better run there. And then I'm heading down the straight, I was getting into the slipstream. I mean, he went defensive, and then he just suddenly braked. And that's certainly how it looked anyway. And I think we're going to look at it now from Fisichella's point of view, in fact, as I smash into the side of him there in my frustration. And yeah, we are going to watch an on-board from the rear wing of Fisichella's car, and you can see that we were just following him here, and then he does here just brake there. And I don't know why, because we weren't like, it wasn't like the Williams was holding him up or anything. And we're watching here then from the Williams point of view, and see, you can see we weren't even close to it when the incident happened. And Fisichella, I mean, what are you doing? But that is a really bitterly disappointing way to end our first race of this season, because it should have been, well, we were heading for a fairly comfortable win. We had pretty much a 10-second gap, give or take a few seconds, over Alonso, and we pretty much just had to nurse the car home for the last 15 laps. And there's the final results here. So Renault won 2, a rather undeserved one, has to be said, with Button in third. The Toyotas did fairly well in the end, and we did get only a few points in the end with Massa, so that's very disappointing for us. Not sure what happened to Montoya and Barrichello in this, because they were quite close behind us. They were like 4th and 5th for most of the race. But yeah, that pretty much rounds up this first episode then of Season with Schumi. If you've enjoyed it, leave a like, and I will see you soon for second round, which is going to be at Malaysia. Hope you are going to enjoy this series. Leave a comment or something saying what you thought of this race and what you're thinking of the series so far if you like. And yeah, goodbye.